How's that, Jim? Apparently I was apparently I was muted this whole time. Man, I've been talking on and on as well. Okay. So so as I was saying, Café Baras, I played this one, Roberta's copy when she got her designer copy, and I also played her prototype copy when it was in prototype. It's a multi-use card game. It shows on here like the bottom portion is what you would need to kind of fulfill for them to become regulars at your cafe, and this is really ultimately the goal, because whoever gets so many regulars at their cafe triggers the end of the game. And this kind of shows the type of atmosphere they enjoy, and you would need to kind of have that type of style in your cafe. But you can, kind of get the income. You can fulfill an order and just kind of get the money as well instead of making them. But you have all these different, fruit tea. This one's pretty. Limonada, smoothies. We have cakes. We have cookies, empanada, and sandwiches, and bean soup, and so on. And it's just a really cute game. It was fast and easy to play and learn. But I really enjoyed it. And let's see if I can get into this one here. Oh, great. Apparently I have sound again, so that's good. Oh my god. And I know there's like a little tab thing to open here, but I'm having trouble finding the tab as well. Oh, geez. The good thing about, new game is you only have to break into them the one time, then they're open afterwards. All right, let us, oh, come on, I opened this. Okay, here we go. We are in, and these cards here are going to be, let's see what we have. So the back, like we have different kinds here. So we have these ones, and I think these are the player cards, and we have more like order cards. So let's look at the other order cards. So quinoa soup, arcade cabinet. What is we have here? And I like this. So this is things that you can add in your cafe to kind of draw, interest to your cafe. So arcade, the creature comfort game, cribbage. This is by far my favorite card. I love cribbage. And it's kind of bad because I'll be like, oh, cribbage, okay, yeah, I want this. And then even though it doesn't really fit with the best strategy I would be working on, then I kind of change my strategy just to make sure I can have the crib board. Then you have live performers, DJ, poet, kind of set up your cafe the way you would want it. Well, what do you want in your cafe to attract your customers? Lounge. Okay, so this is so cool. Then we have these ones here. So you have the loner, the napper, the game designer, the big eater, the opening act. So different people that would come to your cafe. So tin 2 coffee and 2 tables, 2 armchairs, and then different things that they would want. And that would give you bonus points. And then you have the starter players. So you would kind of select who you're going to be. When I played, I was this guy here, Sipster Caffinary, with the little mustache. And like the little capybara artwork is so adorable. Been there, done that. Express yourself, and cappuccinos. Super cute. So you would have one of those that would be your player, and then you're going to be deciding with your cards if you're going to fulfill the orders to get the money, or if you're going to try to get them to become regular at your cafe and try to get points that way. And it was just super cute, super adorable, easy to learn and play. And that's Café Baras. So I have that in my collection now. I'm really excited to give this a go, pack everything up. And this one, as I mentioned, but I think I was muted, I picked up at Metawe in Edmonton, Alberta. I know they do sell online, so I'm not sure how much copies they still had going. But that was Café Bar by Roberta Taylor and published by KTBG Games. And super fun. And it, like, this one was direct to retail as well, so there was no Kickstarter for this. So yeah. Then I got Hooky. I was super excited for this one. I had heard lots of good things about it, but I had never played it before, so I wasn't sure what was happening with this. And so one thing that's been said is, like, it looks, you know, bright and colorful, and it says, don't be fooled. This is not a kid's game. This is a very thinky game. So I got this one from Rio Grande Games. You have the rule, but like, this is, like, I love this. So it looks like it's the rule book, but it's not. It's your shield. You put your thing behind it. You can see, like, the rules, what the rounds, how it works. And you would put this down and you put your sheet. So it's like, it's nice and big. So I think that's great. And then we have what? 5. So it plays up to 5 players. And this is a sheet that you would have to keep track of everything. Now, if you've ever played, one of, like, my most favorite deduction game that I would play a lot as a kid is Mastermind, where you have the different colors and you would change the color combination trying to figure out which color is in what order. And in this one here, it's similar to this, but you're not trying to find the order so much. You're just trying to figure out which letter. From what I understand, I haven't had the chance to play this. I just got it this week. But you got to try to figure out which 5 letters each player has. And you would be asking them by, like, with a 5-letter word. And so they have all these cards, like one for each letter of the alphabet, I think. Because you get so many letters that you would have, and you kind of, so you can ask, like, okay, well, if I give you, and I'm not sure what the numbers do, because I haven't had the chance to play. I just kind of quickly looked into it, right? But if it's like, okay, so apple is apple, A-P-P-L-E. So if I say apple, and I had P in there, so I would count 2 for P, and I had, like, A. So I'd be like, if I said, okay, apple, and I would say, okay, 3 letters are showing in that word. So I was like, okay, so you would take that down and you would write down, okay, well, so I put apples and they said 2, and so it could be, but then you would ask another word down the road as well. So, okay, well, then how about echo? Oh, okay, now none for echo. So, well, then the E then was not, you know, so, and it's just kind of trying to deduce and try to figure out which letters the other player has. And so it's a very thinky game. And I like those. I like games that kind of makes me think and works your brain. I think this is going to be like that. Now, one thing that's really cool with this as well, the designer of this game unfortunately passed away, and he was fairly young. But he's released the game in a way that, so Friends of Asina, which is a copy or a company that concentrates on providing education to underprivileged children in India. So all the money made from this game goes towards them to help with that. So I think that's nice that there's such a good rewarding theme, like kind of it helps with all this. So that's good. But yeah, so it was, well, super cool. I know I'm gonna love this one. I just need to get it played. I like those, okay, let's try to figure out, let's puzzle this out. I like the puzzly games. So Hooky, and that's because, okay, and I should point out, because we're trying to find out what the letters of each people have, because each of them are students, because 3 cards are put aside, and you're trying to figure out which of those cards are not being played in the game, because those are the people skipping school, and you're trying to find out who's playing Hooky. So yeah, and if you kind of guess 1, then you get so many points. If you guess 2 out of the 3, you get so many points. But if you get all 3, then you have that. Next one I'm going to talk about is Tiki Topple. So Dollarama, in Canada anyways, keeps getting these amazing games. I don't know how this is working. Like, the first one was Downforce. Like, I paid $30 secondhand for Downforce, and that was a deal. And Dollarama is getting all these amazing games and selling them at $5 a game. So Tiki Topple is like the last one that they had in there. So Gamewright Games. But it's like it won a lot of awards. So it kind of looked pretty cool. Now it does look a little bit like a kid's game. Mind you, it does say age 10 and up. So it might not be so bad. But I also like to get these games for the community games days that I do monthly here in Acme. So I figured this would be a great one to, oh, there's more. Oh, man, I don't like when they sticker, but I'll properly remove these later. And then you use some glue gun to kind of get the sticky bit out. But, and I really should have like a box cutter. And honestly, I have a box cutter somewhere. I just don't know where. I can't find it. So I'm using these scissors, which is not ideal. Okay, so let's have a look at these ones. First of all, like, you gotta love the components. The components are just flipping amazing. Oh, I thought these were like completely round, but they're not. Like they have a flat side. Huh, okay. So you have the flat side with this. You have the little worker. Does this come out? Oh, this comes out. Okay. I really like when board games do this and they put like a little flyers like, hey, do you have these games? And I love going through that. It's like, ooh, what do I have? What do I not have? What should I get? So it's like my wish book. If you're familiar with wish book. So I really like when they have those. So we have the board and it is indented here. So these would slide into here. And I think it has to do with you secretly know which of your tiki is yours and you're manipulating the movement of how they're going to slide, which one's going to go up, which one's going to go down, trying to get yours at the top without revealing which is your tiki. And this is just from, because as I said, I haven't played this one. I'm just now opening it, but we like in some of my game groups on Facebook that we were talking about this game. So that's the sense I'm getting. And we'll see if I'm any close when I actually get to play this. Oh my God, am I going to get in these cards? Okay. I have some nails, but they're too thin. Like they're just bend. They don't rip. Okay, so I'm in. Okay. I like the color. It's like nice, bright colors for this game. So, do they have different designs on them? They do. So I'll show you these three. So they have slightly different patterns on each of them. Now there's a pattern on the back, and it looks like some of them are the same, some of them are different. So I don't know. I just don't know. And then you have the cards. So what do we have here? So we have different cards. Oh, we have different colored cards. Okay, so from what I understand, depending on the player you are, you would get that thing. All the cards are the same, but they kind of move. Yeah. Tiki up 3, tiki up 2, tiki up 1, tiki up 1. The blue. So, but everybody has the same cards that would say the same thing. Oh, Tiki Topple, Tiki Toast. And then you have the, oh, these are cool. Look at those. Yeah, for $5. Yeah, I'm totally getting these. And then this looks like it has like different scoring. I really have no idea how this is going to work, but I am super excited to give it a try. Oh, there we go. There's more tiki of this color there. So yeah, so that's all I know about this. Oh, 4 players. So, but like there's way more tiki than there are players. So, see, you know, like all the different faces on them. Yeah, I'm excited to try this. I love the look of the game, love the components. For $5. So I grabbed 2 copies of this. I have one to add to my collection. As I mentioned, I wanted to have them for the community game days that I do. And then I'm going to have an extra one to be able to give out as a door prize. So if you're an Acme, come to the Acme game group. Actually, it's next weekend, next Saturday. I'm doing the next game then. Okay, then this one. Oh, I'm excited for this one. Maki Master. Now, I've played the old version of this one when it was called Wasabi a few years back. And this was originally going to be called Wasabi, but then they kind of got a cease and desist order to kind of change the name. So they were going to change it to something similar, but then it turns out it wasn't different enough. So they changed the name completely to Maki Master, but this is a re-implementation of the game Wasabi. So you have like your little bamboo mat, and you're going to be collecting different things to add on there. And like I said, I paid this years ago, just the one time, because I didn't have it in my collection. It's one that I was like, okay, if I come across it, but it was just not available. It's another game by KTBG Game, and one thing I'm going to say about them, they make, like, their game components are so good. So I haven't really looked into this at all. I don't know what it's going to look like, but let's see. This is the Kickstarter version, you can see. So we have this board, which I'm assuming is just kind of going to be holding ingredients. Nothing is punched yet. The wasabi bowl, you have different ingredients you can collect. And I think you're kind of trying to create like a pattern on your board because it's like a board building. You have, I don't remember what these will be doing. More ingredient cards. Let's see what else we've got. Oh, so this is, it's like my little wish catalog here. So I have this one. I have Café Baras. We just opened that. Diced veggies. Power Plants might be my favorite KTBG game still. Creature Comfort is really good. I've got that one. Fossilist I don't have yet. Neither do I have Wreck Raiders and Food Fighters. Now I have more of their games, but oh, look at this. Look at this. Okay. Okay. It looks like obviously this is going to have a really neat tray in here. And then it shows you how everything should be sorted. And I think every game should be doing that. I often like get a game and then I'm like cracking everything open. And then I'm like going online, looking at pictures, trying to see how it goes on. Like how everything goes back in there. But so love when they do that. So way to go, KTBG. But then there's the solo mode, which I don't solo often. That's just not my thing. I'm too social, I think. If I'm gonna solo, I'd rather be either doing a video or watching the videos. So there's that. So there's that. This is the main board. So you have your bamboo, and then you have like the different colors there. And we're gonna be building on here. And oh, these are so cute. You got these little, like, cups. I don't know. And then you have these little Asian bowls. Okay, this is a good looking game. And the trays, like the tray looks so good. Everything, so I guess you could just pull out and you're ready to go. There's a really tiny little cutesy dice in here. We have lots of cards. Soy sauce. What do I have? I got a lot of cards in here. There's probably like, like the stretch goals that kind of got added. So it looks like we have player aids here, ginger, soy sauce, sashimi plate. Then we have chop. And it kind of has its own thing. So I'm wondering if there's like little expansions that came with the Kickstarter and that this is the base game. Maybe. Like I said, I don't know if it changed the original game at all. And I barely remember the original game because it was quite a few years ago. I was actually attending AutoFest, which is a really large anime convention they hold in Calgary. Like thousands of people show up to this. But I was volunteering for FallCon and kind of helping run the board game area. So I didn't stray too far from there. There was a lot of people and I'm not huge on crowds. So, but we have, this is, so it's so cool. So to be able to complete this order, you need to have rice and avocado. This one you would need rice and shrimp. And so you have like the different ingredient you need to put together in order to be able to do the meals or the order that you have. And I think you're just trying to place them on the board so they're next to each other so that you can collect them. I can't remember if they come out, then you get to do the order. So I'm going to be trying to get this one played here very soon. Because I remember really enjoying and I don't know if these are points or how many ingredients they use, maybe. Oh, it's how many ingredients they use. So they probably have different difficulty level but okay, and then what do we have in here? Okay, look at this little soy sauce bottle. This is so cool. That's neat. Okay, and then you know what? Where does it go? Well, we can look in there and it's going to tell us where everything needs to go. And then we have, what do we have? We have, what is this? Okay, so we have these little tokens. I'm not sure what this is supposed to be. I thought it was going to be a little pig at first, but I don't think it's a little pig. I have no idea. Is it ginger? Maybe it's ginger. And then you have just brown little cubes. You have lots and lots of what I'm assuming is wasabi cubes. So that's kind of all the different pieces. And you've got like bunch of like the little do not eat package. So this is all in here as well. Oh, this game is going to be amazing and I can't wait to play it. Oh, and there's, yeah, the appetizer mini expansion. Oh, and that's what these little, so maybe that's why I didn't recognize these things to do appetizers, because it's an expansion for this game. So, and this goes here, and I'm going to have to sort this later. And I'm probably never going to get this lid back on right now. Maybe I didn't think this through. Okay, so we'll just stack it over here and kind of, we'll get back to this. Okay, so that was Maki Master. Super excited. It looks amazing. Another one that I got lately is Stamp Swap. So Stonemaier Games just kind of recently announced that this was coming out. Now this one is open. I have played it. I got the Stonemaier Championship membership or whatever, or Champion membership. So I'm able to get access to some of his new release a little sooner and at a bit of a discount. So it's kind of worthwhile because it was like $20 to get it anyways. So Stamp Swap was just coming out. So I put an order for this and we played it and it was super cool. So it comes with like the really cool tray. So it's neat because you just take the lid off. You don't have to sort. You're ready to go. There's all the different players that you can, the different colors that you can play as. I have the cards here as well. What's kind of interesting, and I'll kind of show you the board here. I'll pull the board out and I'll pull a player board out maybe. Okay, so this is going to be the player board. And each round, you're going to be collecting from a different combination of stamps that becomes available. Now, some are face up, some are face down. And if they're face down, you're kind of taking a chance. You don't know what the stamp's going to be until you get it, and then you can kind of look at it. And we're going to draw 6 stamps. And then it's kind of like I split, you choose. And you're going to take the stamps you've collected, and you're going to create 2 sets. Now, you could put 1 stamp on one and the rest on the other, or 2 and 4, or whatever you want. You do have the option of putting 1 in the reserve that you can guarantee you're going to keep, but it's not going to be able to be one of the rare stamps. And the rare stamps just are worth a lot of points. And then this one here, you could see each player has like a different preference for stamps. This one likes the animal stamps. So if you have animal stamps, you would score extra points for that. So then you would split it. So, okay, so, and whoever has the first player marker would get to go first and take one of the half in front of one of the players. Like, okay, well, I'll take these ones you got in that side. So the other side, they would collect. And that's going to be the half of what they've selected that they keep. And then they pick somebody else's half as well. And then that person then would keep the other half and pick the next one. And that's kind of how that works. Now, what's really cool with this, I like, is you have the player board, and there's going to be different scoring condition. And after each round, now there's 3 rounds, you're going to score in one of these, and then you have the finale. Now there's only 3 rounds, and you only have 3 tickets. So you're going to decide which one you're going to score on, and it's going to change from game to game. And it could be like kind of color related or theme related or size related or so on, right? And let's say that, okay, well, if you have the most big stamps, like this big square one, then you get to score 4 points for each of those. So you would put your ticket here to show that this is what you're going to score. Then you score those in your board. But now you've already scored these ones. So next round, you don't want to kind of continue trying to go for the big stamps because you can't score this again. So you want to try to build these other ones. So there's 3, and there's 1 that you're never going to score at all. So it was really interesting trying to pick what you wanted to build towards and kind of create that. And sometimes it's placement, sometimes it's color, sometimes it's just theme. It was really cool, super easy. It's a table hog because you get stamps everywhere. Like, it takes a lot of room, so you're not going to play this on a tiny little table. But that was Stamp Swap. We had a blast with it. One thing I would say is I kind of punched everything and set it out, and then we played, and it wasn't very well shuffled. The one guy, his favorite stamps were space theme. It almost never came up. So, oops, sorry, I kind of wrecked the game a little bit, but yeah. So there was also a solo. This has to do like with the solo play, these little tokens. There's a solo variation in there as well. The rule book is, so this is a solo rule book. This is the main rule book. And it has that, like, I don't know what this paper is made of. It almost feels like a paper material. I love Stonemaier rule books for that. They just feel really sturdy. Like, they're not going to rip. I'm not going to try to rip it because it might just rip just as easy as paper, but it feels like it's sturdier. Definitely feels like it's a little bit waterproof as well. But that was Stamp Swap that came in from Stonemaier Game, and so much fun. So, as I mentioned, well, I did mention because I was on mute, but I also went to Olds recently. And Olds is about, I don't know, an hour away from my house, but that's where my eye doctor is. And I was in Olds, so I was like, well, let's go check out the game store there. And Pandora's Boox has a game store. It's kind of board games and books, and then they tease. I ordered a London Fog, and I walked around and I looked at the game, and I picked this one knowing absolutely nothing about it, except that it's a Wolfgang Kramer Michael Kiesling game. So can you really go wrong? And the back, like, this looks really cool. So you have like your player board where you keep everything behind, and you have like the little rondelle thing going on here as well. The game just looked really interesting. Plus, my friend Carla, who I do my podcast with, recently played it at her house, and they really enjoyed it. So I was like, that's good enough for me. So let's open it and have a peek. So I have punched this one. So this is one of those, like, comes with the rule books in so many different languages. We have 4 different language here, so that's great. And then you have the little wish book catalog here of different games that you may want to look into as well. Extra bags. And this one really interested me because you're going to be posting this, and this is going to go on the board, and the board has a cutout. Now there's lots of different pieces that's involved in this game. Like, it looks super cool. Then you have all these different tiles because you're building tiles and adding them above here. Like, it's kind of a building game. From what I understand, I was reading the back, is you're kind of one of the prestigious family, and you're trying to create different things in the city, kind of more like sculptures, decoration, things that would kind of build up on your prestige, I guess, or something. So, but yeah, so you have these ones and you can play in 2 ways. Like, you play this way, or you could play this way. So I'm assuming this would be kind of blank on blank, and this would be kind of more shapes and colors. and these will rotate. And this goes on the corner of the board. And like I said, there's a little cutout that fits into. You have this thing going on the side here as well. I'm assuming it's kind of like I don't know, kind of almost like a tech thing. And then these are the player boards, and then the roof, so you kind of get that. Like, it reminded me a bit of Keyflower in that way, and I am a big fan of Keyflower. I absolutely love it. But then you have all the different players, and then you have the player board. And this is where this whole thing sits in. So I think if I would put it down now, it would just fall right through. But you know, like this just all sits on there. So that whole rondelle thing looks super interesting. I have no idea how it works. You obviously have the tiles that are here that you can select from. There's the different village or cities that you can pick from, and then the outer board for scoring. So it looks super fun. I just haven't played it yet, but I heard really good things from the other people in my game group that they played it and it was good. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a try. All right, let's put this all back in and we can see what else I got lately. It's kind of like, geez, how much did you get? Like, I don't build a collection the size of mine by having self-control, right? So that's just the fact. My husband's an enabler. Like, I'm collecting board game, he's collecting motorcycles, and we kind of have an understanding. But there you go. So that's the Palaces of Carrara. Carrara, I have no idea. So put that one over there. Then I have this one that just arrived. This one I didn't buy. I bought it secondhand from a friend. Now, I've played Raiders of the North Sea, and I absolutely love that game. This plays completely different. So you got the North series. There's 3 main games in the North series. You got the 3 main game in the West. They're doing the South right now, and East is coming, I'm guessing. So, and I kind of want to have them all now. Kind of want to build that whole collection. So I've got the 3 of the West. I have, well, till this one I had just Raiders. And this is a Redux. They've republished it. I guess there was a few flaws with the game, and they kind of republished it and changed things around a bit. So you have what I'm assuming is the player board. And we have the main board. It's good looking board. The artwork is all very similar between all the series, and it's really neat. And you have, I'm assuming these are sheets, stones, gold, wood, and you have different like little workers, or then you have the gold, the money, and then you have the different player tokens. And these are cool shape. I have no idea what these do. They look like a little stone. That looks super cool. I love the components, and I like when they pay attention to those kind of details as well. So yeah, I bought this from my friend. She's quick. She buys quick, probably as much as I do, but she also sells games. That's where my flaw is. I don't sell them. I just get them. But these look really cool. Like the artwork, and like I said, it's all similar artwork, but it's really nice. From what I understand, this one is mostly a card game with the resources. So I'll have to play it and see how this all works. But it looks good. So yeah. So this was, like, as I mentioned, recently republished, and they've kind of fixed a few things with it. So not sure how it differs, but we will. You think something would be in here, but I'm not sure what. And then you have the rule book. So I'm assuming there's like setup page, because they all have setup page right now. You really, really need to. But you just got the cards. It really seems to be all about the cards. So you got the cards. It looks like you keep track on 3 different things on here. And then it really looks about like you're building, just adding cards of set collection maybe. I'm not sure, but it looks good, so we'll be giving this one a try, hopefully very soon. Like I mentioned, I am doing the Acme Game Day next weekend, so playing games for a few hours on Saturday, so maybe we'll give it a try then. And then when I did my order of stamp swap from Stonemaier Game, I figured I might as well also own Scythe. I finally played this one for the very first time just last month. And it was one of those, it's like, oh, well, if you played Scythe, and you're almost embarrassed to say, no, I didn't. That's how I felt. Like, I feel like I really should have, but I haven't. I had a lot of Scythe coins because I had bought a bunch of coins just to have coins to add to my game when I'm playing, like, metal games with coins and have metal coins instead. I have bought Expedition. I don't think it was a year ago, maybe like a couple of months ago, and played that one at Melcon in June and absolutely loved it. And then I played this one at just the game day that I was hosting a few months ago, and it was good. Now, completely different from Expedition. It just is the same universe, it's the same artwork, components, kind of, I think Stonemaier Games has similar stuff where it's like you place your stars, first one to place all their stars and win. Like that mechanism is similar. And we played Euphoria last weekend, and that one was similar there as well. So it's kind of his signature, I guess. And this one does have that, but everything else is very different. So let's open this, see what we have in here. So there's the coins, which I have the metal coins. I'll probably use those instead. And what was really interesting with this too is like, because as you're playing the game and you're going across the board, now it's a big board. And I'll show as well, I'll open this also. But I also got the Scythe modular board because it was like, oh, for this little bit extra, you could get this as well. I have no idea what this does. Does it just give me a different board? Now it says modular, so it's just a board that I can build randomly as opposed to have a set board. Or did I just buy this board twice? I don't know. We'll have to see what I've done here. But this board is huge. I'm not gonna open it all up because it does get quite big. It took most of the table when we had it set up, so it takes a lot of space. But you have the whole map. You kind of go across and collecting different things. Components are super cool. So you have like the mechs. You all have different mechs, and you have like your main guy. And you have like your wooden components as well. So I like the wooden components. I mean, these are nice, and they're super nice if you ever paint them, but to be honest, I'm probably never gonna paint them. I did get a thing to just do like a quick wash just to bring out details, and I've got the stuff to do that, but I haven't done it yet. Just because the base gray stuff, it just looks so dull. So it would be nice to make it stand out, make it look a little better, but I just feel like that's a whole other hobby than playing games, and I'm kind of want to concentrate on playing games. So you have different resources here. You have your stars and your trackers. Oh, and it's cool. It comes with little trays. That's nice. And there's a spinner of some sort. Do I remember that there was a spinner in this game? I'm not sure what the spinner does now. Like I said, I only played Scythe the one time now, but and apparently it has spinners. Okay, I'll have to remember what that's for. You have the different player that you can play as, and you have the player boards, and it's all recessed for putting your stuff in, where it kind of all sits in here. But it was really cool because as you upgrade, then you kind of unlock this board and portion, and then you can kind of build yourself up. So you have different actions you can kind of add, and we're all building this at different time and doing things differently, and they weren't all in the same position. No, that's true. They're not. That's the same. I was like, I don't know if it's the same for everybody. But no, you're right, because we all have the same things, but they're just not all in the same spot, so they don't get activated the same. But and spinners for some sort, for something. But yeah, and then you have these big cards. I'm assuming it has a solo mode that I may never really try. And yeah, but I figured, now I did buy My Little Scythe as well 6 months ago, and my copy's been played, just not by me. And from what I understand, it's kind of like a lighter, cutesy version of this game, and I figured for the game group, when I'm doing the community game day, for some group that might appeal more, so I got that as well. So I've got those, and then as I mentioned, I've got this modular board, and I'm gonna open it because I don't think any of this was in the other one, so I don't know what the modular board changes, but it gives you an extra board of some sort for Scythe. And the guy that I played with had like all the expansions and all the different things, so his game, like, it was multiple box just to get it all out. Oh, well, explain here. Scythe modular board. It comes with its whole setup thing. Oh, it's all the different language. What does it say anyways? The Scythe modular board adds a new level of variability to Scythe, with the map and the faction location changing every time you play. Okay, so it's just kind of adds so that the board will be different when you play it instead of just always the same. Okay, so that's cool. So I have this, and then let's see. It just adds these kind of empty spots that you'll be adding the boards to, and it just changes the game up when you play it every round. Good to know. I don't know if this is going to fit. I mean, like, it'll fit, but it won't close the lid proper. Oh, and then let me show you this, though. I love it. Like, they have it right on the box. This is how everything goes back in, and this is how you organize it. I really like when they take the time to do that. How do you put it back in? Well, you put it back in like this, and I'm going to ignore it all and just put things on top of here. And this actually was the last one that I got. You know, honestly, I have, I think, another game arriving tomorrow. I've ordered Caution Sign that should be arriving tomorrow. But this is my last little haul. I used to do a hashtag every week. That was hashtag Treat Your Shelf Tuesday. So every Tuesday I would post all the new games I had gotten that last week. And I quit doing it mainly because I don't think I should be encouraged to buy games every week. It was just kind of like, oh, I need to get something to talk about on Tuesday. And I was like, okay, this is going to become problematic. So I stopped doing that for that main reason. But so this was, it looks like my thing is frozen there, so we'll just go back to that. So that is all the games I got this last week and a bit. And that was the unboxing of all the games. So thanks so much for tuning in. Bye, everybody.